So I wanted to share a couple tips that have really worked for me over my weight loss journey that I wanted to pass on to you because I think it could be really helpful for many of you. And the first thing is instead of looking at things as success and failure, like, oh, I screwed up, I did this, and looking at it like that, I want you to look at things like a learning experience. So one of the things that I did was I got a calendar. It was my workout calendar. I had my workout scheduled, but I put notes in there, like how my nutrition was for the day. And I would have weekly reflections on what I did. And I would have like, what did I struggle with this week? And how could I improve? And I kind of treated myself like a science experiment. And what ended up happening was I had less of this guilt. Like, oh, I screwed up today. Oh, it was so bad. Instead, it was like, what caused that to happen? What did I do today? And how can I prevent that next time? And it was such a great proactive feeling to help me cope with the fact that I just, downed a row of Oreos. And it helped me learn things. So it was really interesting because for me personally, I found this weird combo that if I had these four particular drinks every single day, I wouldn't crave sweets. So for me, it was like if I made a green juice, drank my Shakeology, had water, and started my day with lemon juice, if I do those four things every single day, I found I didn't want any sweets. And that's not going to be the same for you. It's going to be different. And I think too often we take one particular nutrition plan and try to plug it into ourselves. And then when it doesn't work, we think we're failures. But really what this is all about is you're learning about you, what makes you tick. And as you have this more reflective approach, you're going to start learning your own fitness plan. Okay? But where do you start, right? Well, what I want to encourage you to start with is doing things like this meal plan group that we have here. Now, of course, I run this every month. Get up that. I could also hook you up with a program that actually has a nutrition plan. But even if you want to go more simple than that, I want to teach you how to look at ingredients. Now, you probably hear clean eating tossed around a lot, and I thought I would just explain it. And basically what it is you're eating foods that you recognize, that your great-grandmother would know what the heck you're eating, right? Because I'm pretty sure my great-grandmother, I don't even think my grandmother knows what monosodium glutamate is. Glutamate? So that's one of the ingredients in this vegetable soup. So you might think, oh, vegetarian vegetable soup, that's so great. But let me read some of this stuff. Niacin, ferrous sulfate, thiamine, mononitrate, riboflavin, high fructose corn syrup. Lots of just things that you don't recognize. And we don't question, as a society, we don't question what those things are. Now, scientists may be like, oh, that's totally healthy. That's totally fine. And they might know what it is, but I don't. If you don't know what it is, don't put it in your body, okay? Or try to avoid it. I know we can't be perfect, right? I love my Triscuits. I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, Triscuits now has a simple ingredient list. But there's some foods you might like here and there that might have a list of things. But for the most part, put those whole foods in your body. One of my big examples is peanut butter. Now, there's you'll see Jiffy natural peanut butter, right? Natural, it's gotta be good, right? But if you look at the ingredient list, it's just a crud ton of stuff. And this is sunflower butter, and the ingredients are roasted sunflower seed, okay, you know what that is, dehydrated cane syrup, sure I want that in there, salt, natural mix tocopherols to preserve freshness. I don't love that it has all those things, right? What I get, you want to know what's in my peanut butter? Peanuts. That's it. I got oats. So you'll see instant oat packages. If you look what's in there, it's filled with sugar. It's filled with all these things to preserve freshness. You don't know what the heck it is. You want to know what's in mine? Organic, whole grain, steel cut oats. That's it. So that's one simple thing that you can do where that doesn't take a ton of math. It doesn't take a ton of stuff. Just look. Do I recognize the ingredients in this list? That's a really great place to start. If you don't feel like counting calories just yet, I'm not a calorie counter. But just think about ways that you can try these little things that might help you. Okay, so maybe start by looking at the ingredients and see if that works. Too often, people will look at the wrong spot. People always look here. And that's cool to some extent, but I've seen people, I laugh because with Shakeology, people are like, oh my gosh, look at the sugar level in Shakeology. And I'm like, Yeah, but it's made from fruits, it's made from beet sugar, it's made from like wholesome foods that your body knows how to digest. The biggest problem with a lot of sugar is that there's all these sugars and all these things that the ingredients in these things that put, a lot of stress on the body and take more work and more stress to take care of. A body knows what the heck to do with sugar in fruit, and it has all these, and the nutrients that come with fruit help the body so much. So I encourage you to not obsess over the labels as far as like sugars and all that stuff. Focus on the ingredient list, and that's one great starting place. Now, that's not to say that at some point down the journey, you might look at, like for example, a lot of people ask about the 21-day fix, which has worked really well for the clients I work with, where they have like, it's those little color-coded containers. You might see it on like Pinterest or on TV, where it's like you get 2 containers of fruit, the purple containers of fruit, and you get like 5 containers of greens. That is another way that's a healthy place to start. But if you're like, I'm just so overwhelmed and you want to start simple, start with that ingredient list. So I hope those tips help you, and keep up all the great work, everyone.